name is Dana St. Clair, and for this next period of time together, you and I will be spending time relaxing, discussing the zaniness of being human, and the joys of meditation, or perhaps the zaniness of meditation and the joys of being human. I ask you to sit down, to relax, to take this next period of time for yourself. There's a concept. It is my understanding that we as humans are not just our physical bodies. We also are an emotional body, a mental body, and surely a spiritual body. Now, we're relatively familiar with our physical self and how the physical body moves and acts. And you can also develop a similar familiarity, facility with your emotional self and your mental self. But it does take a willingness to stop and listen to what you're saying, really hear what your inner self-talk is saying to you. A lot of times we just kind of, parade on through life and we don't give much consideration to the inner life, the inner terrain. And yet, in truth, it is in your inner life, in your thoughts and perceptions, that you create your life. Certainly that you interpret your life and different events and what different people say. And that is what causes you to feel that a certain relationship or situation is a blessing or a curse, is something that's wonderful for you or difficult. So much of it has to do with your own perceptions. I'd like to share a quote with you today. The book that I'm reading out of is The Planetary Commission by John Randolph Price. And I've been working with different material from John Randolph Price for this past year and really finding it valuable. But interestingly enough, the quote itself is from Louise Hay. She wrote in her book, Heal Your Body. And this is the quote: "Stop for a moment and catch your thought. What are you thinking right now? If thoughts shape your life and experiences, would you want this thought to become true for you? If it is a thought of worry or anger or hurt or revenge, how do you think this thought will come back to you? If we want a joyous life, we must think joyous thoughts. If we want a prosperous life, we must think prosperous thoughts. If we want a loving life, we must think loving thoughts. Whatever we send out mentally or verbally will come back to us in like form. Listen to the words you say. If you hear yourself saying something 3 times, write it down. It has become a pattern for you. At the end of a week, look at the list you have made, and you will see how your words fit your experience. Be willing to change your words and thoughts and watch your life change. It's your power and your choice. No one thinks in your mind but you. Now, this is some very, very powerful information. I mean, it may sound simple, and there are so many things in life that are simple, but not easy. And I challenge you, I challenge you for, say, the rest of this day, or the rest of this evening before you go to bed, be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of what you are thinking, of your self-talk. No judgment. See, this is where the hitch comes. Because a lot of times we're aware of things that we may find self-limiting, and we immediately get on our case about it. You're harsh with yourself, and all we're really going for here is information. What do I say to myself? How do I perceive my world? What's going on here? So for the next period of time after this program is over, simply be aware of what you are thinking. Or try it when you're driving in your car. You know, what am I thinking? What is going on in my inner terrain? And so much of the time, we are very self-critical in our self-talk. So I would like to take us into a soothing, centering meditation, and perhaps come up with some other things that you can think about, that you can have in your thought energy. Now, a lot of people might kind of put this down and go, oh, that's so silly. Oh, I don't know. Try it. Try it. You know, the thing that's so fascinating about perception is in perception, we tell ourselves things about ourselves that we don't even hear. You know, like an example that comes to mind is if you are expecting someone to come and pick you up and go out for a date or something like that, and the person who is coming is late, and then they're later, and then they're later still, you have a wide array of choices. You could get really upset, and then you could get more upset. And then when the person actually got there, boy, you could be in a fury. That's a choice. You could get out that book that you've been enjoying reading and sit down and read. And when the person gets there, you could say, oh, hi. If you're doing some creative project, you know, act as if you have your own life. Not that your life is completely dependent upon this person who is coming to pick you up or connect with you, and that it isn't saying something negative about you. Well, he really doesn't like me because if he really liked me, he'd be here. Nor is it necessarily saying something negative about the other person. Well, what's the wrong with him that he's late? Anything could have happened. The thing that's important for you is what you do with it in that period of time where you are waiting. You know, are you waiting and getting more upset, or are you waiting and having your life? So I would like to ask you to close your eyes, and for the next few moments, as I sound the soothing tones of the gongs, allow yourself to relax and to follow me in meditation. As you close your eyes, feel yourself relaxing and turn your attention to your breath. As you inhale slowly, deeply, exhale, releasing completely. And as you focus on your breath, feel your physical body relaxing. Feel the effect the long, slow, deep breath has in your physical body. And if you truly give your mind and your attention to your breath, you will feel yourself relaxing emotionally and mentally as well. And allow your attention to focus in the very center of your heart. And as the mindful breath is relaxing your physical body, feel your emotional body relaxing also. Feel as if a warm, soothing cloak of golden light is being placed upon your shoulders from behind and being wrapped around you. Allow this soothing golden warmth to penetrate into your emotional self and bring with it a release, a relaxation of your inner self. For these next few moments, allow yourself to put your burdens down. Lift your point of focus up into the very center of your forehead. This is the Ajna center. Now, do not strain so much that you give yourself a headache, but do allow your point of focus to be centered in the Ajna, in the center of your forehead. And here, be aware of your thoughts. Simply watching your thoughts. No judgment, no analysis. Simply be aware of what you are thinking. And as one thought ends, before the next thought begins, slip into the space between your thoughts. And allow your consciousness to lift. Feel yourself quickening as you open your heart, open your mind, open your identity to contact with your greater self, your greater awareness. And for the next few moments, as you breathe slowly and deeply, each time you inhale, feel that you are inhaling the love of God. As if the love of God is in the atmosphere all around you. And as you inhale and fill yourself with that love. And as you inhale the love of God, with every exhale, exhale appreciation for the blessings in your life. Consciously draw the sense of the love of God for you into the very depths of your being, and anchor the truth of the love of God for you deeply, deeply into your sense of self, into your identity, into your sense of worthiness. Feel this love of God for you with every breath you take. And allow your heart to fill with appreciation for the blessings in your life. And every breath you release with appreciation. And let your mental self, let your thoughts be flooded with this love of God. And let your thoughts be filled with your appreciation. Let your emotional self be flooded with this love of God. Take this love into the places in your emotional self that may be feeling frustrated, sad, angry, confused, anxious. And not as if you were there to fix anything, but simply with the gift of the love of God Bless these places in yourself. And in your physical body, allow yourself to feel the love of God deepening into your bones, into your nervous system, into your very cells. And as we bring the meditation to a close, consciously release this peaceful, centered, loving energy through you out into your life, and send the benefit and blessing of this energy out into humankind and the planetary life. Sound the gong 3 times, drawing the meditation to a close. When it is comfortable for you, you may open your eyes. Take a moment to be aware of what you are thinking and feeling right now. I would like to share another quote with you today. I had seen this a few different places and then found it again just recently. And evidently the person who wrote this, said this, was Charles Swindoll. It's called Attitude. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. And it is such an amazing thing. You can be in a situation that you find truly difficult, intolerable. And yet if you can take some time with yourself and make the choice to change your position, to change what you believe you need that perhaps you're not getting, to change your judgment, because that really is all that it is. You judging that a certain person or a certain situation is a certain way. If you take the time to come to a different stance, a different place within yourself, a lot of times the whole situation changes because you are in a different place about it. It is absolutely fascinating. You know, a lot of people think that making one's life more simple, more calm, might get boring. Believe me, it never gets boring. It gets richer and broader and certainly a lot more fascinating because there is so much that goes on inside of you that makes the outside of you whatever it is you believe it to be. You know, there's an old story about when the gods who created this world were looking for the place to put self-understanding, self-awareness, self-compassion. And one of the lords of the world said, we should put it at the highest mountain. Oh, no, 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 no. And then one of the other ones said, I know, put it in the deepest ocean. For some reason it was sort of a game, you know, like, will they find it? Well, no, they'd eventually find it in the deepest ocean. And finally a third lord spoke up and said, I know. Put it somewhere that they'd never think to look for it. Put it within. And so when we bless the four directions, north, south, east, and west, when we bless as above and so below, let us also take time to bless the seventh direction. And that seventh direction is from within. Take the time to know what you think and what you feel, to hear what you are saying to yourself, about others, about your life. Appreciate the blessings in your life. Thank you. Namaste.